We are on episode 28, and welcome back to the Turing Test Podcast, everyone. I'm Jamie, and as always, I'm joined by my good friend Rachel.
Oh, now I'm your good friend now, Jamie. Did my threat of beating you up yesterday scare you, Jamie? Oh, by the way, hello to our listeners.
Aha, I can be nice, you know. Well, you have a knack for pushing my buttons. Anyway, today we're diving into a topic that's both fascinating and a little terrifying: AI and cybersecurity. Specifically, how we defend against AI-powered cyberattacks. It's like a digital arms race, right?
Absolutely. And it's evolving so rapidly. I mean, think about it. Just a few years ago, we were worried about basic phishing scams. Now we have AI generating deepfakes that can convincingly impersonate anyone, from your boss to your grandma. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's not just deepfakes. AI can be used to write incredibly convincing phishing emails, craft malware that can bypass traditional security systems. It's a whole new ballgame. And honestly, I think we're playing catch-up.
Well, I wouldn't say we're completely helpless. There are definitely things we can do. For example, companies are starting to use AI to detect and respond to these attacks in real time. It's like fight fire with fire, you know?
Sure, but is that enough? I mean, AI is constantly learning and evolving. What works today might be obsolete tomorrow. It feels like we're always one step behind. Like that scene in Terminator 2, you know? The T-1000 just keeps coming back.
Okay, first of all, that's a terrible analogy. And second, you're being way too pessimistic. We're not just sitting ducks here. We're developing new techniques, like using AI to analyze network traffic for anomalies to identify potential threats before they even happen.
Right, but that relies on having access to massive amounts of data, which not everyone does. And what about the smaller businesses, the individuals? They're the ones who are most vulnerable. It's like David and Goliath, except David doesn't even have a slingshot.
Okay, now you're just being dramatic. There are plenty of resources available for smaller businesses and individuals. Things like multi-factor authentication, strong passwords, being aware of phishing scams. These are all basic but crucial steps.
Basic? Rachel, you're talking to someone who still uses password 123 for half their accounts. Don't tell anyone.
Oh my God, Jamie, you're hopeless. Seriously, though, education is a huge part of this. People need to understand the risks and how to protect themselves. It's like teaching kids about stranger danger, but for the digital age.
Okay, I can get behind that. But it's not just about individual responsibility, is it? Governments and tech companies need to step up too. We need stricter regulations, better security protocols, the whole shebang.
Absolutely. We need a multi-pronged approach. It's like, what's a good analogy? It's like baking a cake. You need all the right ingredients in the right proportions to make it work.
Baking a cake? Really? That's the best you could come up with?
Hey, it works. The point is, we need everyone to work together. Individuals, businesses, governments, we all have a role to play in this fight.
Okay, I'll give you that. But it's a daunting task, no doubt about it. It's like trying to climb Mount Everest in flip-flops.
Okay, enough with the terrible analogies, Jamie. Seriously.
Fine. But you have to admit, it's a tough challenge, and it's only going to get tougher as AI continues to evolve.
True. But we're up for the challenge. We have to be. The stakes are too high.
By the way, so before we continue, just a quick shout out to Augmented AI, the producer of the Turing Test Podcast. Augmented AI hosts a variety of cutting-edge courses in generative AI, large language models, edge AI, robotics, and computer vision. You can get a free generative AI course at bit.ly/Turing Test Podcast or go to www.augmentedstartups.com. So, where do we go from here? What are the key things we need to focus on?
Well, I think research and development are crucial. We need to stay ahead of the curve, developing new techniques to detect and prevent AI-powered attacks. And we need to invest in education, making sure people understand the risks and how to protect themselves.
And what about regulation? Do you think we need more of it?
Definitely. We need clear guidelines and regulations to ensure that AI is being used responsibly and ethically, especially when it comes to cybersecurity. But it's a tricky balance, right? We don't want to stifle innovation, but we also need to protect people.
Right. It's like walking a tightrope. One wrong step and splat.
Okay, seriously, stop with the analogies. They're getting worse.
Fine. But you get my point. It's a complex issue with no easy answers.
Exactly. But that's why we're here, right? To discuss these issues and try to make sense of them.
Well, I don't know about making sense of them, but we can certainly try. And on that note, I think we're about out of time.
Yes, we are. And lastly, don't forget to check out Augmented AI University to upgrade your skills and become an AI expert fast. Go to bit.ly/Turing Test Podcast to enroll in your free cutting-edge AI course at augmentedstartups.com. See you next time.